Hello everybody, and welcome to the third season of War Machines here. We had two great seasons so far, and this third one hopefully will be better than ever. So, a few changes from last season to this season. The first season is I got a few new co-hosts here. Now, as joining me for this one, we got Civilian Arc in here. Porinog is also a co-host, but he wasn't available for this video, but we'll see him in other videos and other episodes. So, how are you doing today, Civilian?
Doing well. I'm ready to see some of these fights in action.
Awesome. So, pretty much the other changes that will be made. The first one being the process of how this season is going to be run, where I will explain that in a bit. And the other thing is, while classes do exist, I am doing them one at a time here. So you are seeing the first part to this season of 2, maybe 3, where the first class done will be the Robot Wars mod, where I completely updated it and stuff. Along with the Robot Wars mod you saw last season, I've updated it, adding some extra packs, extra patches to it. That way we got some more machines, some extra competition that will make this season awesome. Like, for example, Aftershock, Carbide, and Apollo are 3 bots we didn't get to see last season just because they were not available. They are now available thanks to these patches. Big thanks and a big shout out to everybody who helped with this. So yeah, I hope you're looking forward to this season. The second part of this, which probably won't come out till later, will be through the updated BattleBots and BuggleBots mod created by Good Roboto. Shout out to him and stuff. So that will probably be done later this year and such. And then the third part, if I so decide to choose to do a third part, basically the second part though will be focused primarily on competitors from BattleBots 2020, and if there's room in the roster for it, I'll also include past BattleBots competitors, BuggleBots, and DSL bots that didn't make the roster. And then the third part, if necessary, will pretty much just be everybody except for the BattleBots 2020 competitors that didn't make it into the second part. But who knows what will happen? We'll find out. So now I will explain how this tournament works. So pretty much how this will work is there are 12 heats with 12 bots. For each heat, the 12 bots will randomly get paired up with each other in 6 one-on-one matchups. The idea is that 8 bots will move on to the semi-final episode, which will happen later in the season. The idea is the 6 winners of those 6 one-on-one matchups will instantly move on to the second round. And out of the losing bots, they will be divvied up into 2 3-bot rumbles, 3-bot redemption rumbles basically, where the winner of that will move on. Will get those last 2 spots. And then how the semifinals will work is pretty much they will be ranked based off of their performance throughout their matchups in the heat. And yeah, pretty much it'll be a fight for first, where first place will get a spot in the grand final episode, and the second and third place spots will go on to the last chance episode, where they will fight for a spot in the grand final. So, basically going back to heats like in the first season. Any questions on this, Civilian? Alright, so let's go ahead and meet the bots in the first heat. Feel free to throw a question, a reply, or anything like that, as I know I don't explain things very well if you happen to be a viewer and there's something you don't exactly understand. Alright, so the idea is that these episodes, there's going to be a lot more of them than in the previous few seasons, but they're likely to be much shorter than in others. So now let's introduce the first heat, where we'll lead it off. We got Aftershock and their vertical spinner who makes their debut tonight. Also in there, we got Atomic and their powerful flipper. Then following that, we have the Robot Wars mod Season 2 champion, Eruption, and their powerful flipper. They make their return and look to claim a second War Machines title. Following that, we got very unusual design in Gabriel and their Thwacker. Then next, we got General Chompsalot, an interesting clamper and Thwacker design. General Chompsalot should make things very interesting. Then following that, we got the Wedgebot of Hard Cheese. Civilian, you got any input on these 6 before I introduce the second half?
This is a great array of bots. You have 2 heavy hitters such as Eruption and Aftershock. You have 2 bots with pretty interesting designs like Gabriel and General Chompsalot. And then you have Atomic and Hard Cheese, which are both decent wedge bots.
Yeah, for sure. So now we'll have to introduce the second half, where there's a bunch of more great competition in there. Starting it off, we got the return of the DSL class runner-up, Razer, and their devastating Crusher. They make their debut here in this episode. Then we got Splinter, returner from the Robot Wars mod last season, and their interesting set of hammers here. Following that, we got the massive flipper of Thermidor 2, who should be able to bring the pain to the rest of the competition. Following that, we have the hammer of Titan, the powerful flipper of Tsunami, and the Robot Wars Series 7 champion Typhoon 2. So, what do you got, Civilian, on this?
One of the bots I'm looking at the most is the DSL runner-up Razer. It's going to be nice to see how it adapts into the Robot Wars mod after doing extremely well in the DSL mod. At the same time, there's some steep competition in this part as well. Besides Razer, you got powerful flippers such as Thermidor and Tsunami. You of course got the dangerous spinner of Typhoon and Titan and Splinter, which always cause chaos.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, there's a lot of big competition in this heat. Can't believe we can only accept 8 of these 12 bots here. I wish we could accept more, but yeah. So I'll remind you that these 12 bots were each paired up with each other randomly. And so we will see 6 one-on-one matchups. The winner will automatically get a place in the semifinal, and the losing bots will move to one of 2 redemption rumbles for a spot for those last 2 spots in the semifinals. So let's go ahead and get to our first matchup here, where we have Eruption. What better way to lead off this season than bring in the defending champion Eruption, who will be taking on Typhoon 2, the Robot Wars Series 7 champion. This one should be an interesting one and a great one to lead it off. Got any input on this, Civilian?
It's always good to see the champ back, and this is a good fight to test how well it's going to do. Typhoon's a pretty decent spinner, so it'll be a test of how durable and powerful Eruption's flipper is versus how powerful Typhoon's spinner is, and if it can handle the flips.
Yeah, for sure. So let's get to the first matchup of the season. Time for this matchup to begin. Got Typhoon 2 gain the spinner to full speed, lands a nice shot. But now Typhoon 2 spinning out of control here. It's like Eruption approaching this cautiously, as they probably should. Landing some nice hits as Typhoon. Eruption holding up very well.
Ooh.
First flip from the defending champ. Another flip there by Eruption.
There are some decent shots by both bots.
Oh yeah. Very even so far in this first 30 seconds. But now Typhoon 2 spinning out of control on their head right now.
But Typhoon spinner is still spinning and is still deadly, so Eruption still has to be careful here.
Yes, for sure. Another flip by Eruption. and tossing
There it
Typhoon 2
goes.
out of the arena. The defending champ is back and stronger than ever, as they have just flung their first bot out of the arena this season. What a fight that was. It's-
That was great.
yeah, what a way to lead off the season. And yeah. So now up next, so Eruption automatically gets their spot in the semifinal. We will see Typhoon 2 later this episode, where they will fight for a spot into the semifinals once again. Next up, we will see a matchup between two interesting designs in Titan and General Chompsalot here. Got any input on this one, Civilian, before we begin?
So this will be interesting. You have the powerful hammer of Titan versus the strange design of General Chompsalot. I'm not really sure who will take this, and it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Either way, should be a fun one, should be a good matchup. Let's go ahead and begin it. Here we go, both bots meeting right in the middle here. Few hits by Titan to lead this one off. General Chompsalot seems to be having trouble getting that grabber in here, as those forks on Titan are giving it an edge, but General Chompsalot has Titan pinned up against the rails here in the arena.
He's still got the pushing power even when he doesn't have the low ground.
Yeah, for sure. Then Titan flips itself over. General Chompsalot comes in, but it looks like the height of Titan is seriously giving it an advantage here. And stuff. Interesting.
Looks like he's
Go ahead.
almost got a bite on him.
Yeah, very nearly there. But now Titan trying to turn around, trying to get to the sides here. General Chompsalot just not letting go, just trying to avoid that hammer as much as possible. Probably a good strategy, is the more hammer shots that Titan lands, more likely that it might win the judge's decision if it needed.
Titan did it, some good hits on it, definitely. Finding the angle to attack now.
Yeah, for sure. It's like Chompsalot getting a few bites in there, too. But now we see the release here. They're supposed to release around when the countdown starts, according to the rules of War Machines for this season and stuff. A few more big hits from Titan here, but one thing we haven't really seen so far is really any damage, as I don't think I've really seen anything. I don't know if you would agree or disagree, Civilian.
Yeah, this is all really just weapon usage points that they're dealing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now. That's
Yeah,
kind of
excellent
good.
push here. Some excellent control by Chompsalot. We've been seeing a lot of it out of them here. 1 minute left to go in this battle. It's been pretty close overall so far between these two. Just been a brawl. Both bots really want a spot in the semifinal just that badly. Yeah.
Oh, that now he's got a bite.
Yeah, now he's got a good bite, but still taking some pulverizing hammer shots there. But still, we haven't really seen very much damage here in this one. But now Chompsalot has another bite on Titan here, but still taking deadly hammer shots here. This has been a great fight so far.
These two have been brawling back and forth for the entire 3 minutes.
Agreed. And now there goes the release, and an excellent push by Titan, but now rams themselves into the arena, and now Chompsalot has them by the backside. Less than 5 seconds to go, and we have our first judge's decision of the season here. And what a fight that was. So before I ask for Civilians' input on that one, I'll first explain the judging criteria and stuff. But before I explain that, I'll introduce our 3 judges, where they're not live with us here, but the 3 people judging these battles happen to be Robot Wars fan, Daily Dose of BattleBots and Vortex Games. You should check out all 3 of their channels, as all 3 of them post some awesome stuff on their channels. So be sure to hit them with a subscribe, along with this channel and Civilian Arc's channel. So, getting to the judging criteria here, if you've seen the Fantasy League tournaments that Civilian, Pori, and I have all done, and the judging criteria is the same as that. So, these fights will be judged based off of a 9-point scale, whereby I can get 3 points for damage, which includes damage done by the primary weapon, damage the opponent did to itself, or damage done by the arena hazards. It all counts, whether it was intentional or unintentional. The second category is aggression, which is worth 2 points. Solid 2 points. Basically, there's not really much to explain with there, just how aggressive were you being. Running away, instability, stuff like that will cause a loss in aggression there, but yeah, you get the basics of it. And then as for control, pretty much who was taking advantage of their opponent's weaknesses, who was showing better push power, pretty much who had more control of the fight and stuff. Once again, similar to aggression, where like running away, instability and stuff like that will cause a loss in control. Then the last 2 points go to weapon usage. Basically how this category works is, was everybody like using their primary weapon and stuff when given the opportunity? Pretty much where this category is going off of, if you've seen BattleBots 2020, like Beta and Rotator, Huge and Hydra, where one of those 2 bots didn't use their weapon even once in there. Basically the idea with this category is that if there was a bot who was just downright refusing to either spin their weapon, fire their hammer, or fire their flipper during the entirety of the match, the idea is that the other bot would get the full 2 points with that. If it was a situation where a bot's weapon was damaged, they never got the opportunity to even use it, or something else like that, that will not hurt their score for the weapon usage category. So most cases the score will be 1-1 for this. So Civilian, what's your input on this fight between Titan and General Chomsalot?
I think it's all going to come down to if they count the damage as from how much damage the hammer did. I feel like Chomsalot had better control, and aggression and weapon usage was kind of split. I might be leaning towards Titan on the weapon usage, but you can't deny those few final last-second chomps that General Chomsalot got, and it's not good to end up like stranded on the wall like that at the final stages of the fight.
For sure. Got any guesses on who you think won this battle?
No, just from a standpoint of mine, I think General Chomsalot won, but I think you can make an argument for why Titan should win.
Yeah, definitely. This was a very close fight. You never know what could happen when a fight goes to the judges, but let's now hear what the judges had to say. So the judges' votes are in, and right off the bat, we have a split decision. Judge Daily Dose of BattleBots scored this battle in favor of General Chomsalot. Judge Robot Wars Fan scored this battle in favor of Titan. Judge Vortex Games scored this battle in favor of the winner, General Chomsalot. So General Chomsalot will automatically have a spot in the semifinals. We will see Titan once again in this episode for the Redemption Rumbles. And now let's get to our third fight, where we get to see the debut of Aftershock, who will be taking on Thermidor 2. This should be a fun one. What do you got on this one, Civilian?
Aftershock in real life has been such a high-powered spinner. It's one of the only bots to get 9 points in its heat. And I'm very excited to see how well Aftershock stands in this mod, and see how well it can stand up to Thermidor.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really looking forward to this fight. We'll probably see quite a bit of carnage from either one of these bots, but still, this should be a good one. Let's go ahead and start the fight. Here we go. Aftershock getting the spares up to speed. Here comes an approach from Thermidor 2. And a shot onto the sides from Aftershock here. But now Aftershock approaching the flipper. Is that wise? But no, because Thermidor 2's lands a flip. Another flip by Thermidor here.
Woo! Bot's getting some good hits on so far.
Yeah, both bots are getting some big action. But look at that. Claw's getting taken off of Thermidor.
Damage.
I saw some smoke coming out at Thermidor 2. Oh boy. And now Aftershock. Now on the attack here, we see control port hits. A wheel comes off too on Thermidor. Aftershock. Wow! An Aftershock.
What a dominant performance from Aftershock.
I did not see that coming. I didn't think Aftershock would end it that quickly here.
Wow.
But yeah, Aftershock did what Aftershock does. Got that vertical spinner up to full speed and just beat the living crap out of Thermidor 2 in that one. Man, that was extreme domination. Aftershock showing they are here for a reason and they are after a title. I cannot wait to see Aftershock in the semifinals. We'll have to see how well Thermidor 2 will do when they move on to the Redemption Rumble. Got anything else on that, Civilian?
Aftershock definitely looks like one of the top bots to beat in this heat.
Yeah, for sure. So now, next up, we'll see Gabriel and their Thwacker, who will take on the Wedge of Hard Cheese. Another great one is coming. You got any input on this one, Civilian?
So this fight will mainly come down to which uses the hazards better. Hard Cheese does have that wedge, so it technically does have a better pushing power. But the question is, will it be able to get a hold on Gabriel?
Yeah, this will definitely be a challenging one for Hard Cheese, but Hard Cheese can definitely pull it off here. If they could target the wheels and push Gabriel around. Hopefully they can avoid that Thwacker enough. As Gabriel for sure be wanting to try to hit Hard Cheese as many times as possible with that and stack up points in case if this fight happens to go to the judges. Let's now find out what happens in this one. Let's find out who will move on to the semifinals. Gabriel, just such an unusual design here. It's great to see this bot back. They land a little jab to the top of Hard Cheese with that Thwacker, and a hit right there. I can already see dents into the top of Hard Cheese here. Big hit by Gabriel.
There's some big shots.
Yeah.
You can see the top part of Hard Cheese is already starting to bent it in.
For sure. It's Gabriel for sure bringing it to Hard Cheese in this one. They are after a title in War Machines after they went winless last season, looking to make a strong statement for themselves here in this competition. And right now they are just bringing it to Hard Cheese here, attacking the sides right now of Hard Cheese. But now Hard Cheese doing a reasonable job of winning the Thwacker, but they are now on control damage here right now.
There's a big shot.
Yeah, another big hit by Gabriel here. Gabriel doing some excellent damage with that Thwacker. And almost turned Hard Cheese over here. Swing and a miss. But yeah, and there goes the control board here. And that will do it for this fight, as Gabriel will take this one by a knockout and move on to the semifinals. What do you got, Civilian?
No, I kind of thought that Gabriel would be favored in this fight, but I did not think it would pull out that much of a dominant performance.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that here. But either way, a win is a win. We will see Gabriel in the semifinals episode for this one, and we'll see Hard Cheese later in this episode in the Redemption Rumbles. So, for fight number 4, we got another good one coming, because we have Splinter and Tsunami who will be meeting in this one to determine who will get the fifth semifinal spot. What do you think about this battle, Civilian?
You know, this will definitely be a fight of low ground. Both bots have very unique weapons, and both do impressive amounts of damage in their own way. So it'll definitely come down to which is driving better and which has the lower ground.
Yeah, for sure. Let's now find out who will get that crucial spot in the semifinals. Here we go. And now Splinter landing a few hammer shots, but Tsunami gets a flip in. And pretty good stuff so far, and some nice shots from the hammers of Splinter here. But now Splinter's flipped over here, and they can't self-right, I don't think.
Will Tsunami save Splinter, or is it just gonna let him die? Oh, he saves him!
Sending it is Tsunami here, but now they're stuck on their front, but now they are free. Now both bots back on the attack here. Lots of action from both bots in this one to start this fight off. And a big flip by Tsunami. He's tossing Splinter up into the air. There's a reason why Tsunami had a great run towards a War Machine's title last season. But Splinter, they're bringing it as well.
Tsunami definitely has to be careful here. It doesn't want to get too cocky with that flipper and end up like that.
Yeah, for sure. Probably the biggest weakness in Tsunami is when something like that happens. Big flip. Another big one by Tsunami here. And now Splinter trying to self-right, as is Tsunami. They're slightly moving, and now they're back up. Man, this has been an amusing fight so far. And another couple of big flips. And getting him out of the arena! Another Uda here in this heat. Another great flipper bot moves on to the semifinals. What do you think, Civilian?
That was definitely a good showing for Tsunami. Well, it definitely just in kind of a mean way to say this, it kind of played with its food a little, but this was definitely a close fight, and I think Tsunami is definitely one of the bots to beat in this heat.
Yeah, for sure. Tsunami's flipper is not one to be underestimated. Good showing from Splinter as well, as they got some nice weapon action in there. I expect Splinter could be one to watch in the Redemption Rumbles. But we got one last matchup to do before we get to those Redemption Rumbles, and it is a battle between two of Civilian's favorite bots in this mod. We got Atomic and Razer, who will battle it out for the sixth semifinal spot. What do you got, Civilian?
I'm gonna be geeking out for this fight because I love both bots to death. Razer has one of the most impressive weapons ever, and I just love the simplicity of Atomic.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. This one should definitely be a good one. I cannot wait for this matchup. I cannot wait to see who wins, so let's find out. Here we go, Razer and Atomic meeting right into the middle, and Razer digging that crusher right into Atomic, right into the body.
Heavy damage.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, this is not what Atomic was wanting here. Exactly what Atomic probably wanted to avoid, and Razer got them exactly where they wanted them. Razer's got him again, digging right into the front of Atomic again. This is hard to watch.
Not giving Atomic an inch.
Agreed. Not giving Atomic a chance to even use that flipper. And now pushing them against the rails. There's smoke coming out of Atomic too. And this is not going well at all. And Razer has just destroyed Atomic in 40 seconds. Oh man.
Wow. I can't even process what just happened. That was so insane from Razer.
Yeah, I gotta say, if you want to make a statement to yourself after moving up from the DSL mod to the Robot Wars mod here, I think Razer did just that here in this one. Yeah, Razer is going to be another major nuisance. Another one to watch. Yeah. I hope when we get to the Redemption Rumbles, we'll get to see a lot more out of Atomic, as they did not really have any control of this fight. We didn't really get to see what Atomic could really do in this one. Hopefully we'll get to see that in the Redemption Rumbles. So yeah, so now that we have done the 6 opening matchups, the idea is the 6 winners of those matchups will move on into the semifinals, where they'll be placed into the 8 seed bracket, where they'll be one of the top 6. They'll be ranked based off of their performance in this matchup. The bracket won't be revealed until the semifinal episode for this one, so be sure to be around for when that gets posted. The idea is, since there's 2 spots left open, the 6 losing bots will move on to the Redemption Rumbles, where they were paired up randomly and stuff. So this should be interesting. The winner of each Rumbles will get either the 7 or the 8 seed, and that will be determined based off of their performance. I'm excited for this, so let's get to our first one, where we got Typhoon 2, who got bullied by Eruption in their opening round matchup. We got Titan, who lost a split judges decision, a very close one. And then Thermidor 2, who took a brutal defeat to the vertical spinner of Aftershock. What do you think about this matchup, Civilian?
This is going to be a very big clash of styles. You got the deadly spinner of Typhoon, who fought reasonably well against Eruption. You got Titan, who lost a very close fight, and then has a powerful hammer. And you have Thermidor, who really wants to redeem itself after its Aftershock fight.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of pressure on this fight, as the winner of this Rumble moves on to the semifinals, while the losing 2 bots are out of the competition here. So, big stuff on this one. Who do you got on winning this one, Civilian? Who do you think are the bots to watch?
You know, I want to watch how which spot is lower between Titan and Thermidor, because while I do feel like if Typhoon can get enough good hits on him, I feel like Typhoon can get deflected, because both bots have very pretty dense wedges. So it'll basically be a fight between which one has lower ground between Titan and Typhoon, I think.
Yeah, for sure. So now, I cannot wait to see who will get this spot in the semifinals. Let's now find out. Now here we go, let our first Rumble begin. Hit by Typhoon 2, but Typhoon 2 spinning out of control after taking a flip from Thermidor 2. Thermidor 2 flipping Titan here. Some big action from all 3 bots, honestly, so far in this one.
Titan gets a good hit on the body of Typhoon.
Yeah, right on the underside, which is where Typhoon is most exposed. But now Thermidor 2 charging after Typhoon. Be careful about your backside here, as Titan was right there and landed a few hits on Thermidor. A nice flip from Thermidor. So now we see Thermidor just taking it to Titan, those two just going at it, while Typhoon is just spinning out of control over there. We see a bunch of hammer shots being landed by Titan here. Gotta ask, Civilian, where are you paying attention to more? The fact that Thermidor 2 just got taken out by a Titan's hammer, or Typhoon 2 is spinning out of control. But now Titan appears to be stuck! Could an upset be coming? No! Typhoon 2's...
Typhoon.
Oh! Typhoon 2 could have just won it right there. But Titan, are they moving? Titan does not appear to be moving very easily, while Typhoon 2 just spun out of control. Titan still sitting there. Yeah, hammer looks to be stuck. But now they're free. But still, not very much movement from either of these bots.
Whoa!
Wow.
Some big movement right there.
Yeah, for sure. But now Titan ramming into Typhoon 2's underside, and now they're on control board damage here. Can Titan seal the knockout, or can Typhoon 2 get something going? And no! And Titan has won this battle and will be moving on to the semifinals. What a fight that was here. Great stuff from both bots in this one. So what do you got in this fight, Civilian?
That was a real close one for Titan on 2 occasions, really, because it wasn't moving for once it was stuck on the wall, and then when it was stuck to the hit button. So, but Typhoon with some good sportsmanship gives him a hit and decides to let him keep going. That's some good sportsmanship from Typhoon.
Yeah. So now we have one last semifinal spot to determine, and it is between Atomic, Hard Cheese, and Splinter. On one side, we got Atomic, who got taken out very quickly by Razer in their Crusher, or in this one. Didn't even get a chance to use that flipper. I really hope we will get to see it in this one, because it should be very entertaining for us to see. Next up, we got Hard Cheese, who went up against a very unusual design and Gabriel here. So, no shame in that at all. Hopefully we'll get to see another great performance out of them and potentially see them in the semifinals. Last but not least, we got Splinter, who was tossed around by Typhoon or Tsunami in this one, excuse me. And yeah, this should be a good rumble. I could see this going to any one of these three. What do you think, Civilian?
It'll definitely come down to which one has the best driving. Like, not just because of their low ground, but basically who can take advantage of getting around the sides and the backside and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. This should definitely be a good one. Let's now get to the fight and determine, and in the final fight of the night, who will get the last spot in the semifinal episode. And now here we go. Oh, Atomic and Splinter going at it. Hard Cheese getting in on the fun, and Atomic flips Splinter. And another big flip by Atomic. And now,
from Atomic.
Yeah, for sure. And tossing Hard Cheese right at the edge of the arena there. Oh, and now falling out, and Hard Cheese is done. Excellent stuff from Atomic to start this one, and now they have Splinter flipped over again.
Just showing that fight against Razer was just not what Atomic really is. He's definitely proving the power of his Splinter.
Yeah, for sure. But of course, though, keep an eye on the sides, as I see some dents there. I think they did take a few hits from Splinter's axes that are causing some damage. That could be something to watch here, but Atomic taking Splinter into the rails here. What a fight this is to start. But look at the bottom part of the screen here. I think Splinter did take some damage in this one. Looks like part of their looks like part of the top hammer. And now pinning Splinter up against the rails and tossing them up into the air here. And right now, Atomic's got Splinter right into the corner here. Lots of Atomic definitely winning this fight so far. Splinter having a hard time figuring out how to fight back in this one.
And now rams him into the wall again.
Great stuff from Atomic here in this one. And now they have Splinter right at the sides here at this one, pushing them around. Splinter's got to get free here. Spinning round in a circle here. Fun stuff.
You need to be careful though. They're very close to the control board, and one good shot from Splinter could end their hopes of getting to the semifinals entirely.
Yeah, for sure. Also, gotta be careful of the floor flipper nearby, as this arena is full of powerful hazards. I'm surprised we haven't seen a bot get thrown down the pit yet.
Atomic kind of just playing it safe at this point.
Yeah. Smart strategy here, as they're probably ahead on points right now, but probably not by much, as Splinter has definitely had some great action with those axes themselves. So 30 seconds left to go in this fight. Just been a real push off here. Atomic right at the sides of Splinter. And yeah, 20 seconds left to go in this one. Kind of a boring 40 seconds, but excellent driving from Atomic here in this one. Gotta give them a lot of credit here. They're trying to avoid those axes at all cost.
It seems like they kind of know they're going to win, so they want to play it safe, not going to control board.
And now the clock has hit 0. This fight is going to the judges. And yeah, what do you got on this fight, Civilian?
While Atomic definitely lost on the damage category, seemed like it won on everything else. It just took Splinter everywhere. It beat hard cheese and were the most hilarious and brutal Udas of the entire War Machine series. So my money's on Atomic.
Yeah, this one could be an interesting one. The rules do state, though, that any bot that was eliminated in there won't get accounted for in the judging criteria. As well with the judging criteria, for Rumbles, 1 point is added to every category. So damage is worth 4 points, aggression, control, and weapon usage are worth 3 points when it comes to Rumbles and stuff. So Atomic definitely showed off the power in that flipper very well to us as they took out hard cheese, as Civilian said. Managed to land some nice flips on Splinter and get some excellent pushing in, especially at the end there. Don't want to count out Splinter though, as we did see it do a massive amount of damage to Atomic's sides with those axes, and that could come into play and could influence the judge's decision towards them. But now, ready to hear who won this battle, Civilian?
I am ready.
So now, the judges' votes are in, and we have a unanimous decision. The winner, who will claim the final semifinal spot, is Atomic. Atomic wins and will be moving on to the next round, where they will claim either the 7 or the 8 seed in the semifinals for this group. I am very much looking forward to that, as we have a great group of bots moving on, and as well even the 4 bots that did not make it all put on an excellent show for us tonight. Gotta say, this was a great way to lead off the season. You'll have to come catch us next time, where Heat B will be introduced. There are a bunch of great bots in that, and I am looking forward to all of it. So thank you for watching this. Thanks to Civilian Arc for joining. Hope you enjoyed your first time as a co-host here on War Machines. Be sure to subscribe to either of our channels, as well as the judges' channels too, as we all have lots of interesting stuff on there. And I will hopefully see you for Heat B next time.